Today we are looking at the Osprey Atmos AG65, one of the best-selling packs ever by Osprey. That's next. Welcome to Backcountry Renegade. My name is Jeff. Today we are looking at the ever-popular Osprey Atmos AG65. This is the best-selling pack from Osprey because of its anti-gravity suspension system. It's a great size as well. Let's take a look. Now the Atmos 65 comes in either a 50 or 65 liter pack size. This one here is a 65 liter version. The Atmos AG65 comes in either a small, medium, or large depending on your torso size. This one here is the small, and it's more like a 62 liter version. This small version weighs in at 4.48 pounds or 71.68 ounces. Now the color, this is the previous year model in a forest green, but the newer versions come in either a red, gray, or blue. This small version here is 32.28 inches in height and 15.35 inches in width and 16.14 inches in diameter. The recommended low carry weight for this is 30 to 50 pounds and can comfortably hold any weight in that range. It's also a material is 100 denier by 630 denier nylon. The accents are 210 denier, and then the bottom is 420 HD nylon. So very sturdy, dependable material used here. Now starting in the back, we see the big, broad, spacious back panel here is the award-winning anti-gravity suspension system. It's like a heavy-duty trampoline mesh. It really helps distribute weight and makes you feel like you're carrying less weight than you actually are, hence the name anti-gravity. It's a continuous back panel of lightweight mesh extending from the top of the pack back into the hip belts. So very nice back panel there and has a lot of ventilation opportunity there. The anti-gravity does leave a space from your back to the bag to allow for no uneven pressure points. It is a light wire tension full peripheral frame that comfortably transloads the pack load throughout. Where the anti-gravity really shines is in the hip belt. The hip belt here is different than a lot of other packs in that it's a lot stiffer. You have to really spread it apart to put it on, and the hip belts will take 60 to 70% of the weight. Once on, the belt has tension to take more of the weight than normal. It actually feels like the frame is hugging you, and hence it makes it feel weightless. It also has these adjust on the fly hip belts that is made in there by Velcro. You can move it in or out depending on your waist size, so you do have some adjustability there. So very nice for the hip belt feature there. So lots of adjustability to get the perfect fit there. It's streamed into the suspension system to give you really nice unmatched weight distribution. It's cushioned all the way around the lumbar support here as well, and gives excellent ventilation. The hip belts can also be molded to your hips to get the perfect fit, which you can do in any store that sells the Osprey pack, or if you just wear it a few times, it will gradually mold to your hips after a few trips. The shoulder straps are adjustable, but they're not Velcro. You actually have to push this button here, and you can slide it either up or down depending on your torso length and shoulder height. Now the newer versions will have a tab that you pull forward and then you can slide as well. But the older model here, you push this in and then you can slide it up or down. You also have these load lifter adjusters that you can do. So once the pack's on, you can get it nice and tight to your back. If you're going uphill or downhill, you can adjust it as necessary. You also have a chest strap here with a built-in whistle, which can go also slide up or down the shoulder strap. The shoulder strap does have some nice padding and mesh built in with excellent ventilation. You do have a hole here in the top that you can access your water bladder to and slide it through these little straps here in your shoulder straps so you can access it really easily. Looking at the top, we do have a top loader. This lid or floating top, also known as a brain, can come off. On it you have a pocket on top, which also has a nice key holder, and then you also have a bigger pocket underneath where you can fit a lot more things. Now the floating lid can be removed by taking these straps off here. Now on the newer model, they do have clips where you can just clip it off real easily. But on the older model, you just undo the straps and take it off and put it back on when you want to go with it. Now if you do decide to go without it, you do have this little flap jacket cover where you can reduce, if you're going with lighter loads, you can use this as your lid to cover the contents inside. Now, like I said, it is a top loader, so you can get to the main compartment through the top. As you see, it's really spacious inside, has a lot of storage capacity in there. You do have a pocket here for your water bladder if you want to put it in there. Also, you have this compression load strap where you can tighten your load down so it's not wiggling inside your pack as you hike. You do have a drawstring so you can close it real nicely when it comes time for that. Looking at the front, we do also have dual ice tool loops here with bungee tie-offs. Sometimes I'll put like a monopod or even a fishing pole here when I'm not using an ice axe loop. You do have the Stow on the Go trekking pole attachment point where you can put the trekking pole here, and then with the bungee you can tighten it to your liking. One of my favorite things about this pack is this front mesh pocket. It is very stretchy. You can store a lot of things in it. The nice thing is if you want to store wet things in there, you can put it in there and it can dry fast. I also put anything in there that I might need quick access to, like a rain jacket or something like that. Now the newer version actually has a strip of nylon fabric in the middle to reinforce it, to give it some extra durability if you decide to put crampons in there. But the con about that extra nylon is then this isn't as stretchy and you can't store as much. So I kind of prefer the older version here that I have because I'm able to fit way more stuff and it stretches a lot more. You also have a sleeping bag compartment. Now this is a fairly large size sleeping bag compartment that you have in here. The divider inside is adjustable and can be strapped out so you can get one big rucksack compartment. Now one additional feature that makes the 65 stand out compared to the 50-liter version are these dual J pockets that give you an extra pocket for storing things. So you have it on both sides here. Now it is important to note that these straps here do not give you access to the main compartment. They're just two additional pockets that you can store things in. Looking at the sides, you do have upper and lower compression straps. So if you're doing a light load, you can compress your bag to where it comes nice and small. Now the ones on the bottom do go over the side mesh pocket. You cannot go inside of them, but because they go over it here, they do not interfere with the pockets at all. On the side, you do have these stretchy mesh pockets. Now you can access your water bottle from the top or from the side, which is pretty cool. When you're walking, you have quick access to it. Now, one thing that the newer model does have is it will have a little bit extra nylon material on the bottom for tent poles if you want to hold it, just to give it a little extra durability. But this later model in the green does not have that extra durability there. On the bottom, you do have these sleeping pad straps here where you can attach your sleeping pad, or if you wanted to do a small tent, these are pretty durable and they're nice thick material. They're not going to break very easily. They can be removed if you choose not to use them. Overall, this is an excellent pack with a ton of bells and whistles. It really has a nice suspension system, makes it hug the body to where it feels weightless, so the heavier loads do feel a lot more bearable, especially when going uphill. However, that suspension system does come at a price. It is a heavier pack as well, and so that is something to take into consideration. So what did you think of the Osprey Atmos AG 65? Is this a pack you would go with? If not, what else would you go with in its place? Leave me a comment in the comment section. If you like what you saw, make sure to give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more content like this, make sure to subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.